I wanted to play this because I think we pulled it over from yesterday. We had Riley Gaines on earlier this week. She is awesome. Congratulations. If you heard Riley on the show with us, she just had a baby a month ago. She works at Outkick. I've gotten to know she and Louie, her husband. They are just fantastic people. Really salt of the earth. Just really good people. Louie, her husband's also a swimmer. Only thing bad I can say about Riley is that she went to the University of Kentucky instead of her home state, University of Tennessee. But nobody's perfect. And so Riley was talking about the fact that she got attacked by AOC. Just out of nowhere, AOC decided that she was going to rip Riley. And then this awful chick who evidently comes out of the Bravo world. And I mean, since she is being so incredibly nasty to Riley, as you're going to hear her be, let me just tee off on this chick off the top. Her name is evidently Jennifer Welch. And she is just I'm going to try to think how to phrase this while still having FCC restrictions in play. Well, basically, she's an awful bitch. And she is also representative of a particular type of, I would say, liberal white woman who is just nasty and awful. And I think this is the foundation now of the Democrat Party. So unfortunately, she is representative of what I think the base of the Democrat Party is like. And I'm going to play this for you because I just think it's important to understand all Riley has done is say, hey, men shouldn't be able to compete in women's sports. And she has said that because she actually swam against a man who won an NCAA title 2 years ago, this Leah Thomas character. So here is what Jennifer Welch said on her podcast. We've had to bleep it, but obviously it was not bleeped on her podcast. We do have FCC standards. And so I want you to hear it. And I want you to think, if Riley was your daughter or your granddaughter, all she's done is say, hey, men have no place in women's athletics. This is how this awful bitch responded to her, Jennifer Welch.
Riley Gaines, all you do is hate on people. You are wound up like a cheap clock over trans people. You show them no grace, no compassion. You defend billionaires. You cheer and celebrate when children are zip tied. And then you have the audacity to get on television and try to lecture people who fight for the people that are suffering, that stand and put their arms around people that need sanctuary. And you try to act like you're better than they are. You're an insufferable. Nobody likes you. And no matter what, you will always have been the dumb bitch that tied for 5th place. And the only place that you can get a job is at bottom feeder Fox News, you insufferable. Nobody likes you except for the other fake Christians that enjoy in their spare time watching children get zip tied and then sit there and justify it while they read the Bible with their hideous crucifixes around their necks. So you, Riley Gaines.
Okay, so Clay, I mean, it's horrendous, this woman, the whole thing, but getting beyond all the name calling and the nastiness and everything, I have two things on this. One is, it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it. A lot of people think Riley Gaines is pretty amazing, actually.
We employ her at Outkick, so I guess we are also like awful bottom feeders, but she's an amazing employee and an awesome person.
She's a lovely human being. She's a mom. She's a wife. She is respected for her voice and what she's doing, which is standing up for women and women's sports all over America, but also broader social commentary. People who have actually competed at any level of physical endeavor, which I'm sure this woman who only thinks she's competing in is the Botox Olympics. I think they all greatly respect being the 5th best swimmer in the NCAA in the United States. That's an incredible
accomplishment.
I mean, imagine being like, oh, silver medalist at the Olympics. What a loser. Like, that's basically the same mentality that we're talking about here. No, if you're the silver medalist at the Olympics, it's not a loser unless you're such a loser that you have no idea what it is to be good at anything and to work hard at something. Also, respectfully, Riley, popular with heterosexual men across America, married woman, young baby, but I'm just saying, a lot of people like Riley. So this notion that no one likes Riley Gaines, this is bitterness and nastiness from a woman. But beyond that, she unfortunately, Clay, this Welch person is growing in popularity very quickly.
Yeah.
Because she is, and this is why it matters. This is why you're playing this clip. This is why all of a sudden we're taking the time, because they're losing the angry, Xanax and wine swilling, left-wing, coastal, boss babe, wannabe, lib, no kings protest attending white women of America are very sad right now, and they're very sad in general. And they're looking for people to blame because they're losing the argument and they're losing the culture. And so the nastiness, and it is truly nasty, and you and I we'd never speak about anybody in the world of commentary the way that she's speaking about Riley, even on the other side. Like, it's just lines being crossed. But she's popular, Clay, because this is tapping into the zeitgeist of these Democrat white women in America right now. And that's why it's concerning, because they're getting increasingly desperate, increasingly pathetic, and increasingly vicious.
You would want Riley to be your daughter or your granddaughter. I will just say that. And I think that's one reason she connects so well, not only with people who were Fox News viewers, which would tend to be older people in general, but also why she's so popular on social media, why we hired her at Outkick, and why she has continued to connect so well with the Turning Point crowd, with the college campus crowd. I mean, she just graduated herself a couple of years ago. She's still, I think, like 24, 25 years old right now. But I think what you hit on, I want people to hear the kind of awfulness that is out there and then listen to what she said. The same person. And to Buck's point, she is becoming very popular. Listen to what she said about Charlie.
I just wanted to, just really quick, she's not like some angry commenter person. Correct. That no one, she's actually rocketing up in pop.
She's making Correct. A good living by saying the things that we played for you. And
Sorry.
here's another part of it.
Yeah.
She's going after Charlie Kirk, and she's saying we need to have more celebration of Charlie Kirk's death. Cut 11.
Kudos to Bernie, to AOC, to Zoran. And that woman out in somewhere middle America saying, Charlie Kirk, he was a racist, he was a piece of shit. There are so many more of us than there are of them. And these Democrats that continue to play patty cake with corporations and lobbyists, nobody wants that. Nobody wants you. We want politicians to speak freely and look at what the benefit is. Look at what is happening in New York. And you are sitting on the sidelines, running your social media like complete dorks. It's embarrassing. Get your together. Hakeem and Chuck, seriously, get your together, because the Democratic Party is moving on.
So she goes on, and there are a bunch of those takes. They're losing the culture. And what happens when you lose the culture is you start to get increasingly desperate and you start to take bigger swings. And I thought it was very strange that AOC out of nowhere came after Riley Gaines. Now this chick, in a really kind of awful way, which is not dissimilar to the way that Simone Biles stepped into this. There's a calculated attempt to come after Riley because she is speaking to normal moms and normal daughters and granddaughters out there that are looking around and saying this culture's failing us. And remember, and I'll say this before, but I met Riley, and I said a long time ago when I first met her, because she was starting to speak out and I saw her online. And one of our first conversations, she said, yeah, I was going to go to dental school. She was all set up to go to dental school out of the University of Kentucky until she swam against a man, and everybody else just seemed completely willing to accept it. They were just going to pretend like it was totally normal for a man to put on a women's bathing suit, spend time in the women's locker room, and win an NCAA women's championship and not speak out about it at all. And so she just said, I can't keep my mouth shut on this. And that's the reason she's not a dentist. So she didn't choose this, Buck. It chose her.
Well, this is what is actually so emblematic of the trans issue overall on all these matters is they make it your problem, whether it's about bathroom usage or sports teams or, preferred pronouns or whatever. They make demands of you. And then when you say, hold on a second, I don't agree with that, you're asking me to be party to a lie or party to something that is unfair. They say, why are you making such a big deal of this? Why are you causing this issue? There's a very clear passive aggressive, really a gaslighting that is at the heart of the whole trans agenda approach. It really started out with just be courteous, just be kind. You, me, all of you all want to be courteous and kind. And of course, we always say to you, you treat a trans person with dignity. You treat a trans person like the human being they are. You're kind to them. You're respectful to them. They're people like we're people. Some of them are in need of substantial help, mental health assistance. And by the way, that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's something that people should get help for. The same way that you had a physical health issue that you needed to get assistance for. But that's different, Clay, than saying a 6'2" guy should be spiking the volleyball in the face of a girl who weighs 120 pounds who's actually a girl. That's a different thing.
The reason why Riley is so effective is what you just said, because people will say, I don't know why you care about this. They'll say that to you. They'll say that to me. And you say, well, okay, you don't think that I should care about basic competition standards? I mean, that's an argument you can make. Riley, you can't say that to. And notice what they try to attack her by saying, oh, you came in fifth. They never acknowledged that Leah Thomas came in first, that man won a women's championship. They always go to Riley came in fifth. Like, he swam a bunch of different events. He won one of them comfortably. He's the NCAA women's champion. But they always go to attacking Riley, to your point, is also a sign that you know nothing about sports. You're the fifth best swimmer in college? That's pretty freaking impressive. How many people listening to us right now, myself included, have ever been the fifth best in the nation at anything? So the idea that you would attack somebody who is one of the best at what they pursue is just laughably absurd, but that's where they are. And it's nasty and it's toxic and it's going to be happening more. And I think we need to play it for you because you need to understand how desperate they are becoming as the culture is moving against them. And the reason they're attacking Riley is because she's having such strong impact.
There are a lot of unborn babies who are at risk right now of abortion. Decisions are being made as I'm on the radio with you in living rooms and even in clinics across the country. So what can you do? This is where you, the pro-life community, have to step up. It's not enough to just hold the beliefs for life. You want to be able to take action. Now, I understand you're busy and you have your own life that you have to lead, but Preborn is there for you, saving lives on the front lines every day. At preborn clinics across America, what they do is they welcome pregnant moms in and they give them the gift of a free ultrasound. There's no trick or gimmick, just an honest experience of meeting that baby, that incredible spiritual connection that is made between mother and child. Because when mom hears that heartbeat on the ultrasound, it's so easy for her to understand the importance of the life inside her, and Preborn will give her support for up to 2 years after the birth of that baby. This experience, which is saving lives right now in preborn clinics across America, costs $28. So many of you, I think, right now can probably, as we go into the holidays, spare $28. But could you spare $28 a month? You can set this up, $28 a month for Preborn to save a tiny baby's life month after month. And some of you listening can even go higher than that. You could do $280 maybe in a one-off donation right now. And that would be 10 ultrasounds for moms with tiny babies in the womb and Preborn, just saving lives. To donate securely, dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, say baby, or go to preborn.com/buck. That's preborn.com/BUCK. Sponsored by Preborn.